We also welcome Dr. Mukul Shastri. Dr. Mukul Shastri is currently the General Counsel and whole-time Director of Cube Highways and has more than 2 decades of experience. Prior to joining Cube, Dr. Shastri has been with large conglomerates such as RPG Group, Adani Group, and Wellspun Group. He started his career as a litigating lawyer, then went on to become an academician, and then central banker. His stint as assistant professor NLU Jodhpur and legal officer of RBI gives him interesting perspectives. He has been conferred many accolades such as Law Asia, Top GC, Legal 500 GC Power List 2023-24, Forbes India Top General Counsel from 2021 to 2023, BW Business World Top 100 GC from 2021 to 2023, Atal Achievement Award 2022 by Government of India. Welcome, sir.
And there was always a gap between the advice that the law firm gave and the practicality of that application of that advice. And I would request both Mukul and Zamir to give us some idea of, how do you fill this gap? Because, I'll try to give you a small example. You have something when you are giving lending into the real estate industry and you have done some kind of underwriting, you basically make an assumption as to what is the kind of sales velocity that you're going to get. And obviously, you put an average out, which doesn't kind of work out because there are some periods when, no sales happen because either they are not auspicious or, something happens and everything. And the law firms were always very insistent that, if this is one of the breaches, then it should amount to something significant, which we always found, lacking merit, so to speak, in practical terms. So this gap that, and I've heard this consistently from general counsels that, हाँ ठीक है लेकिन वैसा होता नहीं it doesn't work out like that. So how do you bridge this gap between the advice that you get from the firm and what you internally implement at a practical level and keep everyone happy?
Yeah. So thanks Laweder, for having me. A very pertinent question, and that is where the need of this institution, and as Parvesh was saying in his statement, that past 20 years or so, this institution has built up. And one of the major reasons why this institution has built up is this, that lawyers, whenever they advise the clients, they are far more conservative and their approach is too much focused only on law or the principles of law. They somehow miss the entire business part of it. And that is what has allowed these GCs who are just a paper pusher from law firm to the client and client to law firms to bridge that skill set and bring in out that perspective which business require. And that is what business enabling function, which Parvesh was referring to, is being done in various companies. That now the GCs or the in-house teams take that call, okay, lawyers are saying this, but this is what my business reality is. But the probability of this happening is so remote that I should not let this business opportunity go amiss. So that is where that perspective is required. Now law firms are also picking up, and generally lawyers or the corporate like to go to those firms and those lawyers who are business savvy, who understand the business per se, as mining, as Rajiv was saying, regarding the mining lawyers. Now that is very important because it is not about law. Law anybody can read and understand. But it's about the sector, that what will work in this particular sector, what advice will work there. So that is what I meant. So I just add one small thing. So cost definitely is one part, Kanika. But the question is for the tier 2 firms or tier 3 firms, I guess law is a very individualistic profession. Now, if I am very much comfortable with a particular lawyer, and if that lawyer now has from tier 1 has gone to tier 2, I will definitely shift my work to tier 2. Because it is an individual brand which he has built or she has built. So it's more about that individual person, not only about cost times. And otherwise, whatever Kanika said is very right for any in-house counsel.
To your point.
Just to add small thing is here, now the skill set is that, how to use the right prompts to get the right thing from that AI. Because now time has gone where you have to draft all those stuff on your own. Let the machine do those work for you and you make the machine work for you. So that is the skill set which the lawyers have to learn.
I'll just add. So I think we will need more AI trained lawyers who are well versed with AI, because at the end of the day, to decide whether AI is right or wrong, you need experience. And to get that experience, you need to do the grunt work. So once that grunt work reduces or vanishes, how do you get that training? That is the question. Because AI, as on day, it is, a lot of times it's wrong. So you have to figure that out.
No, just one thing is, the grunt work is obviously that AI is doing for you. Yes, you need someone to go through it and verify
exactly.
it. So, but the skill set is still there. Yes. But now that grunt work being done is taken care by the machines.
Yes.
So, what I gather from here, there's no denying that you can't possibly live and continue in our profession without being exposed to AI and adopting it. I feel, in the last 10, 15 years, this is the most significant thing to have impacted the legal profession. Drafting, obviously, as you rightly said, is pretty much now going off the charts. And, maybe we need to do more KM sessions on prompt engineering than probably, telling them the nuances of a drag or a tag. Just related to that is how exactly are the in-house counsels, developing their teams? How are you training your next in command, and how are you developing that depth within your organization for the new leaders to emerge and continue and to grow and to take over what you are doing today? Zami? Okay.
No, we are very right, Vic. AI is something which is now commonplace, and believe me, next 1 or 2 years, you will see legal departments and law firms will change completely. You will see all these basic working of drafting, documentation, research, everything will be outsourced to machines. And the humans are more strategic, more intuitive aspects. They have to work on those things only. How the in-house team right now is working, I feel we are still lot behind. And I don't think so that the in-house team or the lawyers in India at least are drawn to this idea that here something is going to struck them very, very badly. They think that the legal profession is a very individualistic profession. It is my skill set, and therefore I am safe. But time has come where you will see that slowly and gradually it is those lawyers and those individuals who understand AI well, who master the art of using AI well, are going to shine like anything. And that is why I always say in my in-house team, I want to build a department in coming times whereby all these basic routine work of drafting, researching, formatting documents is all being done by machines. I don't want my human lawyers to work and spend their time. They better spend the time with their family or kids or explore nature if you have some time available. But you should, for work, only do intuitive, strategic, and that kind of quality work. We are meant to do quality work, not do all these basic stuff.
So Vivek, let me ask a question rather than responding for you and the other partners here. That with AI, are we looking at reduced cost from law firm, and how law firms are using AI to give better services and at reduced cost? Any thoughts around that?
I think
AI has made a difference.
Yeah, I will let both of them
One small thing there is, if you see the Lawwiser report, it says the adoptability of AI has gone up by 62.8% or something. But the cost cutting is hardly reduced by 9%. So I don't know whether the cost in AI right now is making sense.
Yeah, so one of the things, I'll tell you an anecdote. I was yesterday with an accountancy firm, and they provide financial advisory services, and I was kind of a little smart there, and I was telling them, and he was cribbing about how it has become a race to bottom, and I was quite uptight about it, and I said, thankfully it hasn't happened in the legal field. We still haven't gone into a model of race to the bottom. At least the tier one are holding the rates, and if they are not able to do that, they are passing on the client to the second one. But the quick answer to your question is yes, indeed. I definitely am seeing a reduced potential for earning fees in the drafting space for sure. One of the things that I have observed is, I think the lawyers who can do deal making, which is, bringing all the elements together, putting it, tying up everything. I think those are the lawyers who are going to be in command. And I don't think, nuances around clauses or nuances around technical drafting is going to take you too far. So, your view?
Yeah, so I would say that lawyers who obviously understand the business of the client, because that is very, very important, because at the end of the day, to understand the client and the client's business is going to be something which will differentiate your work from the normal AI generated work. So I think, yes, we are looking at reduced costs. There is no denying that. A lot of, like you rightly said, that people are living in denial. But yes, because of that, the top dollar, the top billing will increase for those quality lawyers who understand the business and who understand the law.
Yeah, just a small point to add here. I think in the long term, maybe yes, but I don't think this is happening in the short term, because this is still very new, nascent. It is yet to be tested, yet to be seen. That a draft, if you're really putting an entire petition through a AI and then trying to file it, yes, you still need the human. So,
Yeah, I
in
mean,
the short term, I can't say.
thank you.
In fact, Vivek, there are tools which can help you do more work and more work more efficiently. For example, there is a software called Liquid Text, which I think most of the senior counsels are using. I started using and today my entire team is using. It is a fantastic tool because you can just download the file on PDF and you can add hundreds of files in one file and you can do cross-referencing. So you don't have to take printout or carry, and your iPad is always available. It is very convenient. So these are tools, and about training, they have picked in no time, because our technology is worth only if it is user friendly. Otherwise, it's not going to survive. So I think there are tools, including Copilot and other tools are available. But I think the human interference and human insight will be required. They can just be an ease of or faster doing things in a much faster way, more efficiently. Like for today, you see Legistify and Pro Vakils of the world. They give you an alert in terms of what are the cases which is listed, or if you give a keywords, any matter where you are ex party, you will come to know in advance. If you have given like your company's name, it comes as an alert the moment it is filed. So these are some of the tools which can help you deliver better quality of service, whether in-house or external. But the human intelligence, AI cannot replace it. I'm from that old school that human intelligence has to be there.
If I can just add one small point, just 10 seconds.
Please
only.
go ahead.
So if you see a normal Google search, there are 5 crore cases pending in the country, right? If you see out of those 5 crore, 2 crore cases are just all these challan cases and basic text cases. Now, if you can use AI right, if the courts can use the AI right, at least 2 crore pendency can be just dealt with by machines. And you don't require much of a human intervention there. Only cross-checking will be required. I can see that rest of the judges can concentrate so much on those courts. So it can really help our life going better. So
Zamir, if you can, I wouldn't want you to touch on cost.
In terms of the number, I'll give you the numbers. So because I'm a number guy, Harvard Business School teaches you to read Apple balance sheet. So, so in terms of numbers, of course, the lawyers are not going, because there is a survey of Harvard which puts professors on number 1 and lawyers are quite down. So we are safe. Number 2, I think the adoptability part of it, 50% cost reduction is there. It's a McKinsey study which has been done in depth. All right. Gradually it will come. Today the lawyers and law firms can argue there is a good subscription cost. All right. You have some good tools which are at 55 lakh rupees per annum. So that is there. You said 62% adoption. Globally it is about 82% adoption rate. So that's how the speed of AI adoption is happening in the legal part of it. What I did myself is to have a testing of it, and I tried drafting a joint venture agreement for the jurisdiction of Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And I said 120 clauses, and believe me, when I went through that agreement, it also had directors and officers liability, insurance, etc. Everything got covered in that. So that's the first draft. The last point is that if you see top 5 top-tier law firms of our country, they're using AI tool for generation of the first draft, and then, of course, the intellect mind vets the same and sends across. Those are my bullet points.
Sure. Lawwiser team has been consistently telling me we have very few minutes left. So I'm going to leave the last one open, and it's also open for the audience. If anybody has any thoughts, they can share. But this is primarily for the counsels out here, General Counsels. What would you think, what would be your top 1 or 2 advice for law firms? And thankfully, there are only 3 of us here. So if you can just let us know what we can focus on going ahead to be your partner of choice, and what are the gaps you see which law firms can fill going ahead? Any thoughts will be most welcome.
Be an extended arm. That's all.
Okay, be an extended arm.
I can give you evidentiary support. I mean, what they require. Numbers, again, just 5 of them, just for your help. I did a research before coming here on Harvard Big Four studies, McKinsey, and all those reports. And I found some 10 things, but I'll tell you 5 of them, which actually proves that the top tier law firms normally will not dominate the business in future, because looking at the sentiments of general counsels. All right, so you will have a very good survey. 92% of the people, general counsels feel that offering strong value in terms of hourly rate efficiently is more value add than the top tier law firm brand, right? 89% of the general counsels feel that if there is a proven track record on a case success by a firm, which may not be a top tier law firm, they prefer that. 94% of the general counsels feel that if the law firm has handled relevant industry cases, they give priority to that firm. 87% of the general counsels feel that if there is a swift case resolution timelines which is given by the firm, then they would merit to hire that firm. And 90% of the general counsels feel that if there is a robust in-house capability in the team size of a law firm, that matters, because if you have 1 or 2 partners, the partner may be doing well, but then the law firm is not looked upon at that way. So that's 90% of it. So that's about it. I mean, there are 10 of them, 5 just for the firms to take it. Thank you.
My advice will be just be business savvy, understand your client. That is more important. The moment you know what the client requires, the partnership will always go long.
Rajiv?